dressed. I like seeing you dressed up.
Yeah.
There's your guest.
This is
Phil.
like my grandma watching the show or something. Those are nice colors. Yeah, Jeanette. Yeah.
Well,
It's nice to see us looking handsome.
You are.
I don't know why people.
Cares.
Now what's happening here? Well, that's not.
Yeah, anger is not funny or fun.
There is a lot of yelling.
If a comedy show...
Is that true? Louder's funnier?
One single.
Be fun?
I think that's vaudeville. That was true because they didn't have mics.
I love Al Jolson.
You do?
What's the song he sings about? Nigger, won't you please? It's one of our favorites. It's one of our favorites back home.
Words to the N-word. Won't you please?
Oh, okay, because that's what you have to do nowadays. I mean, if you come into my home, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're at the supermarket or the cafeteria,
then N-word, won't you please?
Right. That's proper now. Yeah.
Now, you'll see Jeanette here. Isn't it exciting? Like, there we're in suits, and all these people are in a boardroom. This is kind of funny. I mean, it's likable.
And
look, there's a puppet.
There's a puppet doll. Jeanette, hang on one second. I want to point out that my mom worked. This is back in Georgia, Dorville actually. My mom worked in a trailer where they sold toner to. Oh wait, fuck that. Here, this bag hutch thing. Great story about this. This was the first time we were trying to get clearance for our joke thing that couldn't possibly exist because it's so stupid. It was a bag box, and we wrote the sketch, and it was bag box, and then we got our clearance wouldn't clear because there actually is a bag box in which it's a box and you're supposed to put bags in it. Like the dumbest idea didn't clear, so we had to change it to hutch. I'm sorry.
And I want to point out something too. There's a few sketches in Mr. Show where we really just wanted to do something that we thought was really funny. In this case, swear in commercials a lot. And that's what we were, we basically wrote the commercials.
It's a noble idea.
And then it was like, now how do we make this about something? I guess that's a little fakey, but I really think if we couldn't have thought of some reason for it to exist, we wouldn't have done it.
Right. That's a bunless hamburger, by the way. We ran out of buns.
The issues
tight shot. There's no bun on it.
The issues of, things getting lax on TV, and I just read another article about it like 2 weeks ago in the New York Times.
Sure.
You saw that? Yeah. Because they were going to say God damn it on or Jesus Christ on the West Wing. One of those two words. Because no one says those words in real life, so why would you put them on TV?
Yeah.
TechCorp Systems, another helpful Globochem.
I personally am opposed to many of the words used on television and in person.
Well, what did you think of that scene? Did you watch?
I did not care for it. I didn't. I would not let my children. Hang on one second, Miss Dunway. That's Bill Odenkirk in the
He had a
pit
really
hat
hard
suit.
time seeing too. That was really funny. He had to kind of find his way around.
And coming up is one of the several high fives that Bob and I do throughout. Again, please count the high fives. Low ones don't count. Count the high fives.
And only between me and David.
And only between, Bob and I can be in character and stuff, but count them up, all 4 seasons, and write your response and send it to Michael Vasson at HBO Video, and
he will count them.
He will count them personally.
He will sit on them
and
for up to 3 weeks, see if anything changes, recount them, bury them, dig them up.
Put them in a capsule, swallow the capsule because it'll be a caplet.
And then he can do whatever he wants after that. But contractually, he has to do those things.
So send him to Michael Vasson at, was it HBO Video? Home Video. HBO Home Video.
But, it's really true that I do shout a lot, and if I could get my... should we get Orville back here?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you...
No, I have...
Orville was our acting... Oh, hello. Our acting coach.
Bob,
Right,
Jill.
yes. Orville, how are you?
I'm fine, Jill. How have you been?
I've been fine.
I can see that you haven't been keeping your acting voice in shape. You're speaking through your nose far too much.
I haven't been doing
not in a
this gentleman who's joined us.
Right. I haven't been doing my breathing exercises either. No.
Well, you can't fake it, my dear. As you can see here, there's David with his voice almost shot. And he's shouting.
Strident, pro marijuana.
Me, what's your name?
Jeanette Dunwoody. How do you do?
I'm fine. You're a fine, pretty woman you are.
Oh, well, thank you. Aren't you good?
I should put you in my pocket and take you home. But it's a little full right now of airplane liquor bottles.
God.
Now, I'd like to talk about this scene, which is a lot of work, because I had to work with David on his space work. And it reminds me of the great Orson Welles, who I consider a mentor of sorts. I would often pass him when he was eating Pink's hot dogs here in L.A., and I'd wave to him or whatever and try to catch a word of wisdom as he ordered his chili dogs at 2 a.m.
You said you had attempted
As a boy, I attempted to get the job of boy for him.
And what happened?
He said there was no position known as boy in his organization. But I said, I'm a boy, and if you need a boy in your organization, I'd like to be that boy.
And you had that voice even then?
No, at the time I had a very thin, reedy voice, much like Bob Odenkirk's. And,
hello.
And speaking of the devil, there's the fellow himself.
Who's that?
Again, I asked him to speak through his throat. Don't use your lungs at all, Bob, I said. Try to get your voice as thin and worn as you can make it.
Yeah, you really did a lot of work with us on this sketch in particular, this
quite a bit with you.
Our Town-ish kind of thing.
And the vocal warm-ups backstage before the show.
Yes, I did. The massages. And remember, David's pelvis was always out of whack.
That is true. You'd cream it up for me.
I'd have to whack it and get his... tell him to get him to take his pants and his underpants off, because you really can't work a pelvis through fabric.
And all that cream.
That's the name of my next book, by the way. You can't really work a pelvis through fabric.
Stop that infernal knocking song! Yes, sir.
There's a man with a voice. Yeah. Jack Black.
That's Jack's second appearance in the show, because he played the voice of God in the Marshall Silver scene.
And
interesting.
I will say, in this scene,
That's my house.
I was standing backstage, thoroughly enjoying it, watching it, laughing, until I realized I was in the scene. So I did a very quick change, and I don't even think, when I come out, I don't even think my dress was zippered. I was just frantically. And Bernie Brillstein was sitting backstage in the room, and I was just dressing in front of him. Really
Jill.
screaming, no.
What happened to the hat?
Genius. Stagecraft, Jill. Stagecraft.
Yes.
Chapter 3 of my second book. Stagecraft. But let me say, my comments today, just now, in this scene, were brought to you by Mrs. Whiffle's Frozen Kitchen Semi-Soft Tuna Farts. They're made with tuna. I can't read this copy. It's a mess. It doesn't mean anything made with tuna.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Orville.
you again. I don't know what we did to deserve that. What did I miss?
Is he just hanging out upstairs and just
He sits
every
on the
once in a while?
toilet.
Wow.
For most of the day. He says it's because it's comfortable. I say, are you using the washroom? And he said, no, it's just comfortable.
And he said something about his voice and bouncing off the tile.
Yeah.
There's Maleva Barbula. She was just a friend with a great voice and did a great job in this.
Yeah.
And Jack did a great job.
Yeah, you got to remember that people, this was a very, all you got was like thank you and $50 and some juice, for all your work that people were doing in
Who got
first
juice?
couple of seasons. Well, we kept the juice away from you because we knew about your episode. Here comes
JB is
JB.
amazing.
Yep.
Look at how graceful he is. Did you see that jump?
He's like Farley.
Yes, yeah.
We did Second City with Chris Farley, Jill and I. Also, physically amazing guy. And Jack.
Yeah, he really is amazing. Just this, look at all these little choices he makes. These are all his ideas,
Jack, he's on tour with Tenacious D.
Yeah.
The album comes out today.
Today?
Yeah.
Today.
And David's got a great singing voice.
I am just a simple man. I sell leather pants. But now I'm torn by my conscience. I sell leather pants.
Jeanette, you must... Where's Listen to this.
Here I am.
She loves this. Come on.
Oh, this is nice. See, that's sweet. That's sweet. That's using the Lord's instrument for good.
Right.
It's and tuning it up and oiling it and just... And there's a magical wish.
Now, see, that's the kind of TV you can believe in.
And there's a distinction between good and bad here that's very clear. It's not like, now what's happening? Oh, well, this I don't... I understand the message, but it does seem a bit...
Look, watch though, Jeanette. We're saying it's wrong
no, I'm
to
going
do
to stop watching.
No, watch.
No, as soon as I hear those words, I turn off. Sorry.
No.
That's it. Nope, done. I'm going to be upstairs forever judging your show in a bad light.
Look, he's caught. He's in trouble.
I'm not looking. Sorry.
But see, if you just watch our show, you'd see that it's...
all I need to hear is the J word or the... I just need to hear something bad about God or Jesus or saying a rude hairdo, yelling...
Inappropriate.
In your language, and then it's like, thank you, but no. Because I'm a civilized woman, okay, who believes in certain edicts.
Now, do you think that, what's the point of TV? I mean, is it to be...
soothe, to lull you, you know.
Isn't that the job of the Bible?
Bible does that wonderfully well. It can also stir up the pot. Stir your pot up.
So, do you need TV at all in your life?
Absolutely. It needs to be on all day. And you should have several TVs, but only tuned into good PAX. I like PAX.
Right.
And teaching good things and morals and raising...
Touched by an Angel. Have you watched that one?
I love Touched by an Angel.
Seventh Heaven?
Love Seventh Heaven.
You know what I loved about Touched by an Angel?
Angels?
Well, I love that they're employing those actresses who are all, I don't know what their muscular problems are, but they all have different, motor neuron losses of some sort. You can see sort of one eye's over here and the mouth is down there, and they kind of slip up a little on their words.
I must say, I
like to see those people employed, people who've been in terrible accidents.
I don't view them as...
I was touched by an angel once, and it was painful, and...
See, now it sounds like you're having fun. You're having fun at me, and and I don't like to view them as actors and actresses, but real angels. Oh. So when I watch the show, it's not a show anymore.
That's why I didn't get the job. As a matter of fact, I went in, and that was my first problem at the audition. Was,
you're not a real angel. Are
you a real angel? And I said, no, but I'm, I've got to start somewhere,
Right.
But no, they sent me right on my way.
Where do I go now?
And that's me as the milking machine.
One of your most popular roles.
People love it.
People love this. Strangers. People from foreign lands. Moon men love this.
People do love this little song.
One of the first times I think that you showed your real singing ability.
Are you laughing? What are you doing?
I'm supposedly singing.
Oh, and then the fake kind of Dickensian kind of ending. Oh,
yeah, and here comes Mary Lynn, and there's Jill and Tom, and
Pit Pat,
and out comes our director,
Ben Zook.
Ben Zook, who's a really funny guy.
He's great.
Who you've never seen, probably. Very funny actor. Here he comes right now as playing our director. Look at him. He's so moved. He's one of the guys who originated the real live Brady Bunch thing, where they reenacted those years ago, and really funny. And
now this is our SNL ending, like a fake SNL.
Oh,
and then tag it off a little bit of a dollop of cream. The name of the hotel we shot this in Hollywood, do you remember?
Mark Twain.
And it was named the Mark Twain Hotel. It's been the Mark Twain Hotel for over 160 years, and it's always been in that condition.